Hi guys, good evening. Namaskar, Adab. Please confirm if you can see and hear me. Please confirm. Please confirm with a yes if you can see me and hear me. Great. Guys, please confirm. Please मुझे बताओ if you can see me, if you can hear me. Hi Govind, hi Jay, hi Priya, hi Rishabh, Omkar, Syed, Jatin. Good evening guys. Welcome to today's webinar. Hi Manish, hi Satya, hi Govind. Hi guys. Guys, thank you for being here. Over the next few minutes, next 40-50 minutes, we'll get to learn a lot, and let's hoping and learning together. Hi guys. Hi guys. While we talk, before we talk, right, let's get to know each other a little, right? So I already see your names. Why don't you tell me, where are you from, how old are you, and the most important part, why are you here? Please tell me. Please tell me something about yourself. Where are you from, how old are you, and why this webinar? Oh, lovely. Hi, Abhishek. You're from Gurgaon. That's amazing. Jalna. Oh, lovely. Aniket. You're from Rajasthan, Karnataka. Want to do machine learning. Kashif, that's great. For knowledge. Amazing, Suman. From Madhya Pradesh. 17 years old. Okay. You're from Balrampur, Manish. Amazing. Odisha, Nasik. Enhanced skills. Amazing. Yes, in the meanwhile, while you're writing in your answers, let me give you a little introduction to myself as well. My name is Ikshit Jaiswal. You can also call me IJ. I am a trainer here at Coding Invaders, right? I have done 1,000+ consultations in terms of academic IT consultations, helping people to switch, helping them find the right set of courses, the courses that would suit them. And that's what I'm here to do. How to get oh, amazing. Anas, you're from Kuwait. Amazing. That's amazing, Anas. Gayatri. Okay. When I switch career, I'm in the third year of BTech. Amazing, Ganesh. I want to become a Python developer. Ami. That's amazing. Ami. Gujarat. Jay, you're from Gujarat, 18, interested in IT career, so wanted to know something more than IT. Yes, this would be an amazing platform. We have a speaker, a special guest from Google. He is already there. So yeah, it would be amazing asking in your questions and him replying to it. While we do that, can you please confirm what languages are you comfortable in? Guys, can you please confirm what languages are you comfortable in? आप हिंदी में ज़्यादा comfortable हो, English में ज़्यादा comfortable हो? That's most of what I know. I understand some bit of Bangla as well, but yeah, there's a poll that you would find. Can you put out your details on the poll? A lot of English, Anas, amazing. Sayed, Hindi, both Hindi and English. Okay, a lot of people from Hindi. हिंदी के लिए बहुत सारे लोग हैं. Hi, Saida. You've already completed a 6 month full stack development course. Amazing. Great, great. So guys, telling a little about why this webinar, ये webinar क्यों हो रहा है, ये webinar क्या है, और इस program में करना क्या है, what is to be done in this webinar. We'll have this amazing session with our guest who's from Google, and we'll help you. So one of the most major problems, एक सबसे बड़ी problem जो हम लोगों के साथ देखते हैं, उन्हें आईटी ज्वाइन तो करना है, दे वांट टू ज्वाइन द आईटी, बट दे आर नॉट श्योर किस फील्ड से ज्वाइन करना है, राइट? कि बैकएंड डेवलपर बन जाएं, फ्रंट एंड डेवलपर बन जाएं, सैलरी कहाँ ज्यादा है, डेटा एनालिसिस बनना चाहिए, मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर बनना चाहिए, व्हाट इज फीजिबल फॉर मी, व्हाट डू आई लाइक, मेरे लिए अच्छा क्या है. द वेबिनार हियर इज सपोज टू आंसर ऑल दोस क्वेश्चंस. Looking remote job if it is possible with you. Yes, Sayed. A lot of companies as of today are offering remote jobs, right? Amazing, amazing. Sayeda, you say I'm unable to hear your voice. Guys, is it with Sayeda only or with others as well? Guys, are you being able to hear me? Can you please confirm? Cool. I'll wait for your messages. I'll wait for your messages. I'm scared of becoming full stack developer. No worries. If you're having some trouble, you can rejoin the same webinar. It'll be easier for you. It's basically simply your internet connections, right? So guys, here in this webinar, we'll also talk about a program wherein we will expose you to 6 different branches of IT through hands-on projects and then help you upskill and get a job guarantee into the profession of your choice. Thank you, Muskal, for confirming. Thank you so much. Thank you, Satya. Thank you, Anujana. That's an amazing name. Thank you, Akash. Thank you, Akash. Right. And right here, if you want to know more about the program, you'll find the link at the top right corner. Please do register yourself. You would receive a call with one of our academic consultants and they would help you. अगर आप इस कोर्स के बारे में और जानना चाहते हो तो आपको अपने चैट के टॉप राइट पर एक लिंक मिलेगा, रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ. अपने आप को रजिस्टर कर लिए और वहां पे आपको एकेडमिक कंसल्टेंट्स हमारे कॉल करके उस कोर्स के बारे में आप अपने सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछ पाओगे. Ideally, I would recommend ask as many questions as possible. That's amazing, Suman. You want to be game developer. It's a good time to be a game developer for that matter. Please register yourself and that way you will get to know a lot more about the program in itself. Guys, while you do the registration, जब तक आप registration कर रहे हो, मैं थोड़ा सा coding invaders के बारे में बता दूं. Let me tell you a little about coding invaders as a coding invaders as a background. We come in from Central Europe, wherein we have been into existence for the last almost 6 years, training 20,000 plus students, right? We are on board with 100 plus companies in terms of their internal upskilling. हम 100 plus companies की internal upskilling में help करते हैं. और यहाँ पे इंडिया में वी हैव बीन ट्रेनिंग अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल. जैसे कि आप देख रहे हो हमारे जो लर्नर्स हैं वो 40 प्लस कंट्रीज के हैं. सो यू गेट टू इंटरेक्ट विद अ प्लेटफॉर्म जो इंटरनेशनली बेस्ड सिलेबस से है, राइट? सो वाइल अगर मैं सैलरी के टर्म से बात करूं, जो आप एज अ फ्रेशर ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं या फिर एज अ एक्सपीरियंस पर्सन ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, 30% से 400% तक की सैलरी का इंक्रीमेंट लोगों ने देखे हैं. वीर, आपको फ्री कोर्स मिलने का भी मौका मिलेगा, बट ओनली इफ यू स्टे टू द एंड. Yes, Aman, this is Anshul's webinar. He would be joining us. No problem, Hari. You don't need to be afraid of coding. It's very easy, right? What will you get to learn? आपको आज सीखने का मौका क्या मिलेगा? आज आप ये समझना चाहोगे कि जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको कोडिंग आती हो तभी आप आईटी में जा सकते हो. There are various other programs, there are various other professions within IT that do not require hardcore coding, जिसमें hardcore coding नहीं चाहिए होती, right? जो अगर आप अपना मार्केट ऑब्जर्व करो, एनालाइज करो, तो ऑलमोस्ट हर मार्केट, इफ इट कम्स टू सिविल, मैकेनिकल, सब आईटी की तरफ, सॉफ्टवेयर की तरफ ज्यादा जा रहे हैं. People are moving towards softwares, right? So it's good to know them, to remain remain available and remain properly available and skilled in the career ahead, right? Plus हम उन 6 मोस्ट इन डिमांड स्किल्स के बारे में बात करेंगे. We'll talk about the 6 most in demand skills which are in the market as of now, the 6 demand skills wherein the vacancy is the highest. right? What you would also get with us would be you would get a chance to ask in your questions to the speaker. You get a certificate of participation, plus a very special offer to join in this particular batch from scratch, which is called Start in IT, wherein we offer you a 100% job guarantee on paper. Yes, Prashant, going forward, we will talk about it. No worries, Siddhi, you don't require an IT background to actually get into IT. Right? And guys, finally, your amazing chance to win a free course in the job guarantee batch. आपको अपने right topmost corner पे अपने chat के you'll get a free course. Register yourself and one lucky winner out of you who stays till the last, जो last तक रुकेंगे, will get a chance to win a free course, completely free, zero free, pura free, right? In the job guarantee batch. Register soon. Come on. I already see 50 plus registrations. That's amazing. Amazing. And while you guys register, amazing, guys. Right? I'll just be here for 30 more seconds. And now, the most important part of the webinar, our guest speaker. Let me introduce you to Anshul. Hi, Anshul. How are you? Thank you for finding time this evening.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for inviting me, and very excited to interact with the audience because they have put in some amazing questions already, and I'm a little bit scared if I'm able to answer all of them or not. So yeah, pretty excited.
Perfectly. Anshul, see, I saw through the chats. One of them asked, "Is this Anshul's webinar?" Right, and that tells me a huge volume about you. So, without basically taking up a lot of time, why don't you give us a little introduction to yourselves? Where did you start? What was it like? And things like that.
So I have had a very humble journey since the beginning. Like straight out of like after giving my +2 exams, JEE mains, advanced, and all of those stuff, I got into Triple IT Hyderabad through JEE mains itself. And from there, I mean, I started with completely zero background about programming. Okay, I didn't know C of C++ or P of Python. I didn't know anything at all. And it was a very peer pressure kind of a situation because students at Triple IT Hyderabad are very they are very cutthroat, competitive, and they're very highly skilled. So moving through the ranks, ultimately at the end of 4 years, I worked on a few research papers. I did some cool projects in different fields: data science, data analytics, web development, machine learning, and whatnot. In 2019, I was a deep learning intern at Adobe, where the work that I did, it was patented later. And at the end of my college, I got placed at Google straight out of the college placements. And currently, I'm a software engineer 3 at Google. So yeah, that's been my journey.
Okay. I mean, so when you already say it's like most of us when we think about IT, companies like Google, Meta, Netflix, Apple, सबसे पहले दिमाग में आते हैं, right? That's the first thing that comes to our mind, right? Do you think it is really feasible for someone जो एक different background से आ रहे हो, एक completely different background से, जिनका कोई coding से कोई नाता रिश्ता नहीं है, right? उनके लिए क्या पॉसिबल है गूगल तक जा पाना? माने इज इट रियली फीजिबल? Anshul, I'm sorry, I'm telling you, I think there's some disturbance on the voice end.
Okay. Can someone tell in the chat if it's fine?
We can hear you completely, but there's some error, there's some feedback, kind of a noise with the audio. यस प्रहलाद, बिल्कुल हिंदी में बात करो सर, डेफिनेटली प्रहलाद. तो लेट्स कम ऑन टू समथिंग. हम इतनी हिंदी या इंग्लिश में बात करेंगे जितना हमें एक जॉब मिलने के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो अंशुल वुड कंफर्म ऑन दिस. Anshul would confirm on this. जब हम जॉब लेने जाते हैं आईटी में, तो एक बेसिक लेवल ऑफ हिंदी चाहिए, इंग्लिश चाहिए होती है, जिससे हमें क्या काम मिल रहा है, क्या वर्क असाइनमेंट है, वो समझ में आए, और हमने किया क्या है, हम उतना एक्सप्लेन कर पाए. But we'll talk about Anshul. Anshul,
Am I bad? Like the voice clarity is better now?
perfectly, crystal clear.
Okay. Great. Okay. So what was the question? I just forgot it in this.
Yeah, no. So I mean, is it feasible? So अभी आपने देखा होगा comments में, there were a lot of people कि I am from BCom background, I have career gap, right? Is it really feasible for someone to pick up from there and move to IT and as a domain?
So अगर हम सिर्फ feasibility की बात करें, it's definitely feasible to move from a non-IT background to a IT oriented job. And there are different streams when we talk about IT industry. It's not just software engineers. There are different domains when we talk about IT industry. So like, for example, if I tell you about myself, okay, I started completely as a non-programmer. There was some starting point for me as well. I also took the first step. Luckily for me, I was into the computer science stream itself. For you also, it will be the first step. You'll start learning some programming language if you want to go into the software engineering part. Okay, let's say you want to go into the data analyst part or something which doesn't require hardcore coding. Okay, so then you will be learning some technologies like SQL or Python, a little bit of Python here and there, and you will get yourself familiarized with data analysis tools and so on. So learning, it obviously starts, there is always a first step. From the first step you move on. It depends on how, like, what's the burning desire within you. Do you really want to go into the IT industry or not? Because it's only about learning the skills required to get into the job. I see some of them are saying that recruiters say that the jobs are only for BTech backgrounds. That might be true up to some extent. If you carefully read in the job descriptions, it says either they should be from a BTech background in computer science or EC or fields like that, or have equivalent experience in that field. Okay. So in order to get that equivalent experience, you can do some sort of freelancing. You can work at some startup or some company which doesn't have such strict restrictions. Okay, it's just these big companies which require you coming from a BTech in computer science or EC or fields like that. But if you have some equivalent experience of 4 years or more than that, working on anything, independent projects or anything, okay, then it is possible for you to transition into big tech companies as well.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. So, perfectly, very well said. Or Anshul, because we were having this discussion, तो अगर आपने poll देखा हो, so we have around 45-50% of the people who were wanting to speak in Hindi, and the other 50-55% who were wanting to speak in English. तो इसका कितना रोल रहता है? अगर मुझे बहुत ही बेसिक लेवल ऑफ इंग्लिश आती हो, मैं लखनऊ, गोरखपुर जैसी जगह से हूँ, मैं बस इंग्लिश समझ पाता हूँ कुछ हद तक, तो क्या मेरे लिए feasibility है? I mean, this is one question which comes to us. तो कितनी इंग्लिश आनी चाहिए, कितनी इंग्लिश इंपॉर्टेंट है?
So English is a way of conversation. Okay, आप लोग design documents लिखोगे, some sort of you will have some sort of communication in whatever company you work at. Okay, that can be a verbal communication where you are discussing some strategies, you are having some technical discussion or something like that. At Google, we have a lot of discussions in Hindi because that's like, in my team, that's the language spoken by majority of them. One or two people prefer English, and for them, we switch to English whenever convenient, so that they are able to understand and they are able to easily interact with us. Then there is second way of communication, which is written communication. Okay, like you write some design docs, you write some strategies, you discuss some approaches, get the review from other people, and so on. So those sort of limited communication is going to be there. And English is going to be the preferred language in those portions itself. You don't need to like be a spell bee champion or some sort of thing like that in English. So that's completely fine.
Got it. Understood. Makes a lot of sense. Anshul, one very prominent question, बार-बार बहुत सारे लोग पूछ रहे थे, lot of people asking this, recession कब खत्म होगा? Is it a good time? Do you think now is a good time to enter IT? What are your views around it?
So there is no such time as bad time for IT because businesses are moving online. New businesses are continuing to emerge. Like if you are following Shark Tank or shows like that, you know how amazing business ideas are coming and a lot of dependencies there on the IT industry. Okay. Like even if the business is completely non-IT, you are going to promote it online. Your online presence is really important. So IT industry somewhere or the other is going to wrap around each and every industry sooner or later. Okay.
Okay.
So definitely there is no such time as a bad time to enter IT industry. Yes, currently I won't say recession because that's not the term officially used till now by any of the companies or any country. Okay, I would not say it's a recession. But yes, layoffs and everything is happening because what happened in COVID time was that people anticipated a larger online presence. Like things were shifting online because of COVID and stuff like that. Okay. Now,
Anshul, will you mind if I interrupt you again? There's some kind of feedback again.
oh, let me again reconnect. Is it audible now? Is it better?
Perfectly, perfectly.
Okay, I think I need to switch on and off the mic whenever this disturbance happens. Let me
Okay.
know in advance so that people don't miss out on a lot
Yes,
of stuff.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So what happened during COVID was that the companies anticipated sustained online presence of the customers. Okay, people
Acha.
moved online for education, they moved online for their businesses as well. But as soon as the COVID reduced, okay, people started going back to their normal ways of life, which was before COVID.
Okay.
So the usage of IT industry reduced a little bit. It consolidated. I won't say the word reduced. If you are familiar with stock market, it consolidated a little bit. It tried
Acha.
to like reach the point where the normal curve should have happened. During COVID, the curve went an unusual way for the online presence. Okay, it
Okay.
consolidated from that unusual curve to the usual curve, and when things will consolidate to the normal point, it will
Okay.
start rising again. So that's just it. Like I think this is definitely a good time to prepare yourself for IT industry and apply for as
So,
many jobs as possible.
so more of a temporary phase that would be available in all the businesses for that matter.
Definitely, like if I talk to you about my business, like my family comes from a chemical industry background, so we had a
Oh,
difficult time with that industry as well. And
acha.
things now are starting to look back a bit normal, like than it was last year. So
Okay.
things will turn back normal in all the industries sooner or later. Like there's the Russia-Ukraine war as well. There are lots of global parameters affecting this stuff.
Uh-huh.
So yes,
Okay.
things will become better, and that's how the ecosystem of the universe works.
Got it. Anshul, I think it's time to reset the connection again. There's some kind of feedback.
Mic testing. Yep. Should be better.
Perfectly well. Perfectly well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. So, I mean, Anshul, one very prominent question. I think someone asked it on the chat itself. I'll just, I mean, how to make sure, how do we know that we are prepared enough to get an interview? What normally people face and what normally people see is when they start from different careers. जैसे मान लीजिए मैं बीकॉम से हूँ for example, right?
Mhm.
I started with बीकॉम, अब मैंने upskill किया, मैंने कुछ projects किए, right? I joined an institute, I've done projects. Now how do I ensure कि मुझे calls आ रहे हैं and I'm at least receiving a few calls in terms of interviews? How do I do that? I mean, if you could give me some kind of background to that.
So the first way is to jump into the swimming pool. You will realize if you're able to swim or not. Okay, that's the first
Yeah.
way. The
Uh-huh.
second way is that you can talk to people who are in the IT industry. You can have some discussions with them. You can
Uh-huh.
have your mock interview done with them so that you are able to receive the feedback from them, how prepared you are, and what are your weaknesses and the scope of improvements in terms of your preparation. So
Okay.
those ways can be very, very beneficial.
I get it. And how would you prefer? Let's say you were someone like that. How would you prefer? You would prefer, working on your own self through all the resources available, or would you prefer basically asking in for help from some of the, a course like Coding Invaders? What would be your way to go forward with?
I mean, I would definitely love some sort of structure because there is too much information online. No denying in that. But the structure is missing when you talk about online courses, be it YouTube videos or
Mm-hmm.
like any articles available online. So if I
Mm-hmm.
get some proper structure, if I get some proper mentorship, I think I definitely could have done better. Coming from a tier
Mm-hmm.
one college, it is difficult to connect with the situation which is faced by tier two and tier three college students. Okay.
Okay.
Because I
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of mentorship from my seniors as well. Those who have achieved something which I want to achieve in future.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so that
Mm-hmm.
connect is there for me, but for tier two, tier three college student, it becomes difficult. So
Yes.
then comes mentors like me and those who are already in coding invaders to help them out and provide a structured curriculum so that they can
Mm-hmm.
achieve what they really want to achieve.
So definitely moving in for a structured way of learning and utilizing the infrastructure already available helps better in comparison to the free resources. Makes a lot of sense. Anshul, switching from here, I would want to talk about how does the IT work So different phases of basically going through various structures. So so when you do a product design or when you are actually working on some kind of background, what are the various phases in which professions in which one can actually look into IT?
Okay, so let me share a case study with you. I haven't told what I actually work at in Google, so let me take you through it and explain
Yeah,
what are
sure.
the mic
We'll have
again.
to check. Yes.
I think more movement makes it worse. Is this audible if I remove the mic completely?
Yeah, you're perfectly audible.
I'm perfect. Okay, let's get rid of the mic altogether. Okay. So I haven't told yet what I actually work at Google, and perhaps
Uh-huh.
explaining through that will make things easier to understand. What are the
Yes.
different phases of any product engineering or any project typically?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So
Hmm.
I work in Google Cloud, and in that I am a which means is normal users like you and me. All
Okay.
right. What cloud search does is that it's enterprise search. Okay. So
Okay.
all the enterprises, different enterprises, I won't say the names because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share the names or not of the companies. But those companies get onboarded to our product. They store their product with us and we provide a search solution on top of their data.
Okay.
Okay. So any data related to your company, you are able to search over that data. So that
Okay.
is the facility that we as cloud search provide.
Oh,
Okay.
lovely.
Now, taking you through a typical cycle, like I have worked on three major launches and currently working on three in parallel right now. So
Hmm.
sometimes it gets a little bit complex and frustrated because the cycle is a little bit tedious. We start
Okay.
with understanding the user needs. Okay.
Okay.
What our customers require, like what is the gap between the products and what the customer wants. So
Hmm.
that work is done by the product manager. Okay.
Okay.
They collect the requirements, they form something known as product requirements document, and they get
Okay.
it reviewed by the engineers.
Hmm.
So from a feasibility point of view and all those sort of things. Okay, is it
Okay.
technically feasible? What we can do? Can we change the requirements here and there? All
Hmm.
that cycle happens, and then ultimately we lock on some requirements.
Okay.
Okay, then starts the project planning phase, and there comes the project manager. Okay, so
Okay.
what all different parts of the project will be there? We will start with preparing some design document, then we'll get the design document approved internally and externally if we are using some new infrastructure by some other team. Then we'll get security approvals, privacy approvals, legal approvals, and whatnot.
Hmm.
Prepare a testing plan. This is an important thing. Before we start writing the code, okay, before we
Okay.
start implementing the real stuff, we prepare the testing plan in
Oh.
advance so that if
Okay.
there are any hiccups when we try to launch, we are prepared for it. We have a testing plan in like with us, which we have exhaustively tested on, and then only we like do the complete launch. So after the testing plan is prepared, we do the development work.
Okay.
All those stuff happens. Then we get a QA approval ultimately based on our testing plan and whatever test suits we have prepared. Upon getting the QA approval, we get the PM approval, Eng approval, and like all those sort of different approvals,
Yes.
and ultimately launch the product.
Amazing. 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 So, just like you said, that you, while in your college, when you started, जब आपने शुरू किया था, आपका कोई coding का background नहीं था, you weren't into a coding background, but you did projects in, let's say, back-end development. आपने machine learning पे काम किया, you did a few research papers. Basically, my idea being, how did you get to understand this is what I like and this is what I not like?
I didn't know. To be honest, I didn't know, and that's the reason. So I am a very curious soul. If you check my Instagram or anywhere, I am a very explorative person, both in terms
Uh-huh.
of technical and non-technical sense. Okay.
Okay.
So in my first year, I started like I looked around myself what other people were doing. Some of them were doing computer programming, some of them were doing web development, and some of them
Yes.
were doing this and those sort of
Uh-huh.
things. So I tried to
Uh-huh.
absorb from my environment. I started computer programming. I started working on data structures and algorithms. I started doing some sort of web development. Then I realized perhaps I'm not liking web development a lot,
Okay.
front end development in particular, because I am a bit of impatient when it comes to
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
I realized that front end development, aesthetics, and all those sort of things is not for myself. I'm
Okay.
not showing you my bag right now, and then you realize why I'm not choosing front end development because it's not aesthetic at all.
Right.
So I was keen in
Anshul.
solving problems. Am I audible?
There was some kind of lag.
Okay, okay. I hope it's better now.
No, we're still there.
Okay. I
Yeah,
think it's
much better
better.
now. Yeah, it's okay now. It's okay
I
now.
think it's
I
with the
think
internet here and there, it might get flaky a little bit in between.
yes.
So, like as I was mentioning, I am very explorative. So I tried different things. In my second year, I tried something different in the field of data analysis, data science. In the third year, I started working on some research projects. I was not too
Mhm.
sure if I am made for research or not, but I wanted to give it a shot. Okay.
Okay.
And I put in my 100% to it. I published a few research papers, patents, and my intern was also related to research itself.
Yes, research. Yes.
But I realized after having worked on so much research stuff, I realized research is not for me. Okay.
Okay.
I loved machine learning, I loved deep learning, but what I was more keen on was to solve real life problems. I was
Okay.
good at identifying problems, I was good at debugging stuff when things went wrong, and I wanted to prepare solutions which solved those problems which impacted real people. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's when I realized that okay, I want to become a normal software engineer, and when
Uh-huh.
opportunity provides to me within Google itself, if I want to make a switch to machine learning and whatnot, I can take a
Uh-huh.
call at that time.
Got it. So what you say is, uh, if I want to understand what I'm really good at, other than actually, listening to one of my cousins talk or my siblings tell me, I should actually jump into the swimming pool, just like you said,
Exactly. I was going to say this.
right?
Swim in different oceans, and then you will realize the depth of each one of them.
Exactly. Okay. So test yourself into different things and see what you like, and
Right.
thereafter, when you opt in for it in a specialization, that would become easier.
Right. Yes.
Amazing. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of good sense to me. Okay. And so shifting from here, I wanted to know a little about how our. So I've been talking. We have been talking about different professions. We've been talking about being a project manager, talking about testing, getting approvals, back-end development, front-end development, data science, data analysis. But uh, I would want you to talk about a little about the salary range for these. I mean, so what are the salaries people can expect they start in, so let's say careers like front end development career?
So, I mean, if I talk about it, it varies from company to company. Okay, to be very
Okay. Mm-hmm.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you see top tech giants, they pay easily in the range of 20 LPA for freshers.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Mm-hmm.
If we see service-based companies like TCS, Accenture, Cognizant, Infosys, Wipro, and so on, their pay starts somewhere in the range of 3 to 4 LPA, and then it
Okay.
increases year by year. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
easily make swift movement upwards from 4 to 5 LPA to 10 LPA, 15 LPA within a couple of years, and so on.
Got it. Got it.
So that's
So
very
so
much
it would
doable.
be, yeah, it would be safe to say that irrespective, let's say I do not get into a product based company. Let's say I don't get into Google right away, which is ready to pay me 2025. I can still opt in for a career which starts at 4 5 as a fresher. And when I say fresher, I'm freshly out of college, right?
Easily,
And
easily.
thereafter keep on moving upwards, and thereafter maybe reach out for a product based company.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's very much possible because not everyone goes into Google straight out of colleges. And like there are so many, I mean, like most of my team, if I talk to you about most of my team, they had a very humble starting to their career. They
Okay.
came from companies which I have never heard about, and they were also laughing that no one would have ever heard about those companies.
Okay.
They
Yes.
moved from service-based companies to small product-based companies like
Uh-huh.
Zomato, Flipkart, Oracle, and so on, and then moved upwards towards bigger brands like Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and so on, and then towards Google, Netflix, Facebook, and so on. So it is very much possible, irrespective of whatever background you have or whatever experience you have. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in the IT industry, good college, bad college, it doesn't matter. Opportunities will be there, but the hard work may increase or decrease based on whatever experience or background that you have. So be ready for that.
Okay, and there was this one very prominent question which has, I think, repeated itself. What about, so Suman says, what about time? So is there something like this is the minimum time you can get into something? Is there something, can we define that? Is there
So
some way to define it?
there is no such thing as like how much time will it take because it depends on person to person and what skill you are actually trying to gain. So if I tell
Okay.
you about learning a programming language, you can easily learn programming language like C++, Java, Python within a couple of months. Okay, I'm not
Okay.
lying to you. If you give proper dedication, couple of months is more than sufficient to understand the fundamentals of any programming language. And once you learn a programming language, it becomes very easy to learn other frameworks and other languages. Okay,
Okay.
if you
Mhm.
are familiar with JavaScript, learning front end technologies like Angular JS, React JS,
Yes.
learning backend technologies like Node.js, it becomes very much easy, and you can learn those skills in few months as well. So in the range of months, you can learn any new front-end framework, back-end framework, and build your cool application, website, or whatever you want to build, and start your freelancing journey if you want to.
Got it. So the easiest way to think about it is you should be open to learn, right? Focused learning is what you call it. You should be open to upskilling quickly. You should be focused about it. आपका एक focus level होना चाहिए कि आप दिन में 2 घंटे, 2.5 घंटे, 3 घंटे वहां बैठ पाओ, ठीक है? And once you learn एक part, जैसे आपने कुछ module सीखे, your idea should be implementing that particular module onto actual hands-on learning or creating something out of it. And that's going ahead from there.
But theoretical learning is one thing. People learn theory a lot, but they fail to understand that practical implementation of whatever you learn is very important for two reasons. One, it's a proof of your work, which you can put in your resume and then tell a recruiter that, hey, I know this thing, I have built this thing, and this is the product that I built. Like, it can be launched on Play Store, any application you build, or if it's if it's a website, you can host it on the cloud and then showcase it to the public. So proof of work is one thing, and you will get a lot of confidence. Okay. When I built my first application, when I built my first website, in the beginning, when I was starting it out, I was like, no, I can't do it. Okay, this is not meant for me. How will I do it? How does all of those things work? Like merging front end with back end, wiring them both together. How does this magic work? But once you get your feet dirty in the mud, you will realize that there's a simple logic, there's a simple framework which binds all the things together. And there is a template which you need to follow again and again in case you want to build a new website or a new application. So first step is difficult, but once you take the first step, the journey becomes a bit easier. So, but you need to have the courage to take the first step first.
That's the I think the 80% of the journey is the first step, I think. Great. So yeah, got it. Makes a lot of sense, Anshul. So guys, before we go on, I would again like to remind you about the program. We were talking about Start in IT as a program which starts from scratch. You'll again find आपके screen के top पे, आपके जो chat है उसके top पे, you will exactly find a link to register yourself. By registering, you'll actually be able to ask all your questions to an dedicated academic counselor. My suggestion, ask in a lot of questions. Right? Asking a lot of questions, and that is how you can go ahead. So please register yourself. I would give you another 20-30 seconds. Please register yourselves, and that's how you can go forward. So in between while you're registering, Anshul, another question that a lot of people are asking, what are the requirements to be able to do freelance? I mean, can we answer that? Is there something, kind of a requirement to do freelance?
No requirement at all. Just you need to have the right skills. You need to have some proof of work to convince people that you have it in you to do this job. And you may need some good connections to reach out to people, to advertise your work, and to get some freelancing calls and return.
Anshul, we'll have to reset your mic.
Sorry?
We'll have to reset your mic once.
Okay. I am on speaker. Let me connect with my mic once again now.
Triparna, no. Triparna, I'm very sure. No. AI cannot replace software developers for sure. No. Because the scope of AI is evolving, right? And no, so it will not replace, because the essential skills of being a software developer is also, while he resets, I'll ask this question to Anshul again. But an essential skill of a software developer is his creativity, his or her creativity to develop something new in a fashion which is easier. No, I don't think AI would actually be able to do it. So Anshul, what do you think? I mean, what are your ideas around it? So
am I more clear now?
Yeah, you're better now.
Okay. So yeah, I got the question. So someone asked that, is there a possibility that in future AI might replace software engineers? I don't think so, for two reasons. Because to build AI, you need software engineers, and also the reason is, like, there is always a manual touch to make sure things work properly, to make sure there is empathy associated with whatever product you are building, and artificial intelligence can definitely assist software engineers to work in a better way to improve their efficiency. I will give you a very cool example. So for all the alerting mechanisms in the product that I'm working right now, okay, we have some sort of artificial intelligence to detect whenever things go wrong. Okay. But to mitigate those issues, whenever those alerts happen, it's the software engineers that assemble together and work like Avengers to solve it. Right?
Okay.
So artificial intelligence can assist you up to some extent, but it's always software engineers that are going to win the battle.
Got it. So AI will more of an assistive role, but essentially you'll have to guide it to think the right way, is what I
Correct.
understand of the discussion happening.
Correct.
Got it. Got it. So Anshul, I simply skipped a slide here just to make sure, because the slide talked about how did you choose your path, which we have talked about a while ago. So again, anything that you would want to add around it as to how to choose a profession? Are there some kind of skills that help understand? So let's say I am very expressive. I should just choose this very expressive profession. Or let's say I'm very analytical. I should choose this. Do you have something like that?
So there are like first thing which is very important is that what skills do you have and what skills you want to gain. Okay, let's say you're not interested in coding at all. Okay, so then there are different domains like data analysis. Okay, that doesn't require a lot of coding. You still might to be in touch with different tools and technologies, but not hardcore coding. Then there are other domains like product manager, program manager, and so on, which, like in my experience, like at Google, they don't do any coding at all. Okay, they are associated closely in the entire life cycle of IT development, but they don't do coding. So it depends on what skills you have or what you want to gain, and what are your likings. Okay, what interest do you actually have in? Like for myself, I wanted to solve problems. I wanted to solve real life problems. Okay. So for me, software engineering was a better bet. Okay. Now, if someone wants to play with data and stuff like that, then data science, data analytics can be a better thing. Someone who is interested to automate some stuff, they can perhaps try out artificial intelligence in that machine learning, deep learning, whatever suits them better, right? So what skills they have, what interest they have, and then a little bit, like not my personal favorite, but what do you want to earn? Okay, because all of these different domains, all of these different professions will have some different ladder for the growth as well as your salary, what income you are going to earn at the end. So it depends, like whatever intersection you will get out of all of these three hemispheres, you need to decide based on that what field you actually want to go into.
Got. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense perfectly. So I mean, Anshul, this is one question. One of my personal favorites. This is a kind of a binge word, a kind of buzzword nowadays. Who should? There has been a lot of discussion about data analysis, data science as professions. Now, what do you think? What are the kind of people who should choose data analysis as a profession, and what are the kind of students, learners who should choose data science as a profession? I know there's no such barrier as to you cannot do it, but what's better for who? How we decide that?
Right. So data analysis, per to say, those who don't want to learn coding at all. Okay. So for them, data analysis, data analyst can be a better option, because you will mostly be working with tools related to data aggregation, data cleaning, and data visualization, which are already in place. Like Power BI is there, Tableau is there, and all those sort of tools are already there, which are coded by software engineers. You just need to use them, okay, to do the fancy stuff, to work around numbers. Okay. When I say numbers, if someone is really interested in numbers, if someone wants to get some insight out of raw data, unstructured data, then again, data analysis can be a better option for them. When we talk about data science, okay, there comes certain portion of machine learning flavor into it, where you need to have some good background in mathematics as well. Like not necessarily a background, but a good understanding of how, for example, probability works. Okay, how different sort of mathematical equations pan out in your data science tools and technologies. So that will be more specific to data science. A good portion of maths comes into data science, whereas even though you are playing with a lot of numbers, you don't really need to understand how probability works. Okay, because a tool is there for you to prepare insights. You just need to think, this is the data, how I should play with this data to produce what sort of information, like insights out of it. So those are the two hemispheres how we can separate out data analysis and data science.
Got it. I understood that. I think people who might be confused around that will actually be able to make good sense about how to select what. Now,
So data science has a lot to do with programming languages as well. You are more likely to work in programming languages like Python, R, Julia, Scala, and so on.
yes,
Whereas in
yes.
data analysis, you won't be working directly with a lot of languages, perhaps SQL or Python a little bit here and there, but mostly with the tools which are already prepared for data analysis.
Got it. Got it. That's a lot of distinction. I completely get that. I would want to open the floor a little, Anshul, for all the learners who have joined us today. So, guys, why don't you tell me a little about yourself? आप अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा मुझे बताओ. What are the qualities that you find in yourself, or what do you think you are good at? अभी अंशुल ने और मैंने बहुत सारी चीजें डिस्कस की. We discussed a lot of things. What is feasible? Who should take what? What are the things he had? We talked about jumping into the swimming pool. I really like that term. I'll keep using it for a good time now. Right? Wherein आप किसी चीज को करने से पहले उसमें जंप करके देखते हो कि what are you good at? आपको क्या अच्छा लग रहा है क्या नहीं? Right? So, what are the qualities that you find within yourself? Yes, Kuldeep, you'll get some time to talk about this, how to find jobs. But yeah, can you tell me what are the things, what are the qualities that you find within yourself, what you think will actually help you become good IT professionals? Amazing. We've got a lot of questions. Govin, Ganesh, Kuldeep. I'm good in coding and designing, so I wanted to go for web development. That's amazing. How to become a full stack developer. Akhil, we can help you with that. Please register yourself. I would get in touch with you personally. I'll help you with that. I've done basic Python. I know basic Python. I know C++. Amina Begum, that's an amazing skill to have, Amina. If you can work hard, you basically can learn a lot of things for sure. I'm really good at coding, debugging. I like to explore as well as him. Right now, I'm interested in CEH course. Do you have any idea where should I start from? Jay, let's register yourself. Let's talk. Let's have a detailed discussion on that. No, Harigona, that's not a good way. I mean, I think Anshul would agree to it as well that please do not stop something because you fear it.
So where is the question? Okay, so I started Python and due to fear I stopped. Okay. I think the fear is natural. Okay, I won't deny. I was also scared when I started my journey with any of the programming language or tools. Even now, if I need to learn a new technology at work, I am a bit scared. I face a bit of inertia as well to like change my direction. But once you start getting some information, once you talk to people, like what are the good resources to get started, talk to people around. They will help to calm your nerves down, and in the parallel, try to learn new things in that field. Okay, learn, implement, communicate. Those three cycles, if you keep on doing iteratively, the fear will slowly subside and you will gain more confidence again and again. Then you will start implementing real stuff. Like with Python, you can do lots of amazing things: machine learning, web development, data analysis, and whatnot. Okay, Python is a very unique language which is applicable for a lot of domains in IT industry. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with Python. So don't fear at all. Python is a very easy language as well. Okay, yes. As compared to C++, Java, or any other language, Python is very easier to get started with for beginners who don't have background in computer science or fields like that.
Got it. There's this question by Akhil that I find very relevant: how to stay consistent over learning DSA in Java. Right. Anshul, do you agree that if I am someone from a non-coding background and I want to learn DSA, मुझे DSA सीखना है, so Python is an easier way to start in comparison to Java?
So for DSA, I would suggest that you pick up a language like C++ or Java before Python. Because it is object-oriented language and it's a lower level language as compared to Python. Okay. So you will get a lot of grip over different tools to build your own data structures and to work around with different algorithms. So that flexibility is possible in C++ and Java because they are a comparatively lower level language as compared to Python. So yes, and when Akhil asked how to stay consistent, Okay, so there is a philosophy associated when you have some goals and target. Let's say I want to solve
Anshul,
three.
I'll just interrupt you once. You'll have to reset your mic once.
Okay, am I audible better?
Perfect. Audible.
Okay. So very like apologies for the glitchy network, but yeah, in order to become consistent in anything, okay, when you say DSA in Java, it is applicable to DSA in any field or any particular domain which is not DSA as well. So let's say I want to solve two problems daily. I have this target, okay, and I want to achieve it whatsoever. There will be some reward associated to it as well. Okay,
Okay.
it works in this way. Like whenever we do some task, I have a good analogy which might not be the best way to explain this, but गधे के आगे जब आप गाजर लटका देते हो ना तो वो अपने आप चलने लगता है. Right.
Okay.
So when you have some goal in mind कि हाँ भाई दो problem तो
that's a
करनी है.
very very desi way to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. So एक गोल बना लो कि यार इस महीने मैं रोज दो प्रॉब्लम करूंगा इजी लेवल के. Then from next month onwards, I will try to increase the difficulty a little bit and try to solve more problems as well. तो जो satisfaction होता है ना, and advocate as much as you can on social media, that will help you adjust yourself with the peer pressure as well. Because now the people know you are doing something. तो pressure आएगा बाहर से भी कि भाई तेरे को करना है क्योंकि तूने पहले किया है और सब लोगों को पता है. So that also works in good ways. It can work in negative way as well, but you need to have the right attitude along with it to make sure that it works in your stride and not against you. So those are different ways, like learning in public, speak about what you are doing and what you want to achieve, and then like have some goal and reward associated with whatever you want to do, and you will do it consistently.
Amazing. That was an amazing analogy for that matter, and that was a good way of actually helping them understand things. So yeah, thank you for that. So guys, amazing time now. We can have a lot of questions and answers with Anshul. My team, Manoj here in the background has helped me shortlist a few questions, the most popular ones. We have tried handling most of them. So Anshul, I'll start asking one by one. So this is a question from Rajdeep. I hope Rajdeep is still here, right? He says, I have 10 years of experience in non-IT, but I want to switch to IT now. I don't have any experience there. Is it possible?
So it is possible. It depends on what domain you are interested in. If you're interested in software engineering, then you might need to learn the right skills. Start with a particular programming language. It can be C++, Java, Python, any of the industry standard languages. If you want to go into the top tech giants, okay. Start learning the right skills, build some cool projects around it, and showcase that you have the skills necessary. वरना ऐसा होगा मतलब आपने स्किल्स लर्न कर ली तो ऐसा होगा जंगल में मोर नाचा किसने देखा. So for that, proof of work is really important. Okay, so build some projects. It can be your own independent projects. It can be any freelancing project that you are building for your client. Any sort of work is a good work. Okay, but find some interesting problems to solve. They are good. If you want to get into, like, let's say startup, or do you want to start something of your own? Okay, it can be a freelancing gig, or you want to start your own company altogether. Okay, so you can start learning backend frameworks, front-end frameworks, and so on, whatever direction you want to go in. And as I mentioned earlier, so if you start with JavaScript, then web development becomes a bit easier. Okay, if you want to go into Android development, start with Java, because a lot of tools and technologies like Kotlin, Swift, and so on. Okay, Swift is for iOS, Kotlin is for Android development. So they are somewhere related to Java. They are built on top of it, and it becomes a lot easier for you as an Android developer if you start with Java. There are two tick marks. One, you click a tick mark as an Android developer. Other, it's also an industry standard language. Okay, so both the check boxes are ticked, and then you can do anything that you want to do. You can start a freelancing gig in Android development. You can apply for top tech giants with that industry standard language experience as well. So both things work.
Got it. Thank you for that, Anshul. Thank you for that. Anshul, one of the most frequent questions I think was last asked by Pradanya. But yeah, this is a question from Poonam and Pradanya right here. The last question that has been asked. Can we start working in IT with a gap in the working experience? Because as and when people apply, people have this fear that the recruiters would stop them because they have a gap in the working career. How do you get through that?
So I will tell you a personal experience, like my aunt. Okay. She quit her job because of family and kids and all of those stuff. And now, after a gap of almost 20 years, if I'm not wrong, She started learning cloud technologies again. She got
Okay.
certification in AWS,
Mhm.
GCP, and Azure. And now she has started working in a like local tech company in Ahmedabad itself. And
Mhm.
she's going to start working as a cloud consultant. Okay,
Oh,
that's one
okay.
of the IT domains, and she's getting trained for it. And then she can like after working in a local company, she can easily move up the ranks once she has the experience and the skills and the proof of work to exhibit that she has the knowledge as well as the experience in the said field. So it's completely fine. Yes, the opportunities will be less, but there are definitely opportunities even if you have career gaps of whatever year long. Okay, I gave you an example of 20 years, so 5 years is nothing.
5 years is nothing. Definitely, I'm pretty sure on that. A relevant question. I mean, Ganesh has been at it, and he's still at it. If you see, reasons behind layoffs and duration, a type of reason behind layoffs is what he has been asking. So I think you've already talked about it. But anything in brief that you would want, I definitely think why learners are wanting to know about that is IT dangerous enough? Is it not a stable job? How should we go around it? And that's one of the reasons why they're asking about recession and why are they being layoffs. So is there some way to foolproof yourself against layoffs and that instability?
So foolproofing against layoffs is not possible because see, you can learn whatever skills you want to do, but
Mhm.
ultimately, I will tell you why. Like I also don't know the sure shot formula of how they cut off some of the employees at Google or any of the companies where layoffs happen. But
Mhm.
when you work on a lot of products, okay, down the lane you will realize that there is not a lot of demand in this particular product. So you will try to reorient your goals as a company, and you will try to trim down the parts which are no longer needed. For example,
Okay.
appendix. Okay,
Mhm.
whenever some problem occurs in our body, like related to appendix
Mhm.
is the part that we cut off right now because
Mhm.
it's not required anymore. So layoffs are also similar. We had some plan. By we, I am saying the IT industry. The
The
IT
IT
industry
industry.
had some plan
Mhm.
when COVID started and all of those stuff. They were like, online classes will be there, companies will move online, and everything online will happen. Advertising and everything will happen online. But as soon as COVID ended, they realized that things are not working as they had planned. They
Right.
hired companies hire candidates in advance. Okay, they have a projection of 1 2 years or more down the lane, and then they hire accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, but after
Mhm.
2 years, they realized that advertising is not going online a lot. There is a lot of competition as well from other competitors, and
Mhm.
stuff is not happening as they planned. So what they foreseed after 2 years, that's not exactly where they were after 2 years. So they had
Got
to
it.
trim down some portion, reprioritize what they actually want to work with. For example, Chat GPT is a very good example. Okay,
Mhm.
when Chat GPT was announced, all the companies realized that okay, artificial intelligence is something that can be a boom after 5 years down the lane. So now
Down
they
the
will
line.
reprioritize what they want to work on and try to cut down portions which are no longer in their long-term plans. So
Long
that's
term
how
plans.
this thing works. It may sound cruel, but it is practical on the other hand as well,
Got
right?
it.
So
Got it.
that's the reason layoffs happen.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And now I'll take up one of the most popular questions here. Rohan, he has been at it. He's a consistent player for that matter. He says, I'm interested in both AI and AI and full stack development. As I know, web development intermediate, so I love full stack. But the rise of AI and ChatGPT, you just talked about it. I'm scared of being a full stack developer. Please guide me. What is better for me?
So, just today on Twitter, I shared some of the amazing APIs, which are artificial intelligence APIs, which you can use as a full stack developer and integrate it with your website or Android application or iOS application and whatsoever. Okay. So, as I mentioned again, Chat GPT cannot completely overpower or overtake you as a full stack developer, but
Okay.
you as a full stack developer can use Chat GPT or any other artificial intelligence application to that matter to integrate with it or to like assist you write better code to help you reduce the time taken to write something. Okay, for example, earlier if I wanted to build a module for authorization, okay, for
Okay.
logging in or like password saving and all those sort of stuff, I had to search a lot on Stack Overflow, Google it here and there, and then try to build a solution. But now I can use this artificial intelligence applications and ask them my concern directly, and then I can get a good response, good starting point from there. So it reduces my time as a full stack developer. Like something which took me 5 days to solve or 5 days to build, now it takes me 5 hours to like just query it, find it, and use it in my application. So it makes your things easier, and you should not feel insecure because of it.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Anshul. I would let's begin the countdown. I'll put out 2 more questions. I think that would help. So yeah, this is another one question that is asked by a lot of people, as in when we talk to them on a daily basis. So this is question from Rekha. I hope she's around to listen to this. I am weak at maths. Can I become a developer?
Definitely. Maths doesn't have to do a lot of with development. Okay, because when I talk about front-end technologies, there is not a lot of advanced mathematics that you need. Some logical understanding, okay, some good arithmetic, because let's say you're trying to center a div, so you need to be good at dividing the pixels in a frame to understand how the resolutions work. Some basic level of mathematics, algebra, arithmetic is good enough for you to get started into IT industry. But again, it depends on what field you are going into. Okay, let's say you're going to machine learning, then possibly you will require a lot more maths in terms of calculus, probability, statistics, and so on. But when we talk about backend technology, backend frameworks or front-end frameworks, there's not a lot of maths that you require to jump into it.
Got it. Got it. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. One last question that I would want to take up, as I promised. This is a question from Sahul. He says, "How about freelancing and data analyst? Can I do it, and how do I do it?"
Okay, now this is a tricky question which comes beyond my expertise. Okay, but I have seen, like, I have had a few contacts on LinkedIn as well as on Twitter who are data analysts, and they're working in consultancy role. Okay. So they may have been data analysts in the past. They may have had full-time jobs someplace, but now as a lot of businesses are moving online, let's say I am e-commerce. Okay, I'm starting something e-commerce. Let's say my mother is making some good snacks, and I want to move it online. Okay. So I might require the services of a data analyst to realize that at what time what snack is more purchased, what area or what location is it more delivered to, where are the queries coming in from more, so that I can arrange my logistics accordingly, both in terms of snack preparation and also snack delivery. Okay. So like all those sort of things, data analysis comes into play. And if I am publishing my proof of work, if I'm building in public, if I'm publishing my work actively on social media and other places, I will get in touch with you. Like, I'm just giving a hypothetical example. People will get in touch with you to do some sort of analysis of their own product and help them build a better product and help them earn more revenue as well. So yeah, that's very much possible.
Makes a lot of sense. Just to add on to this question, guys, as a part of the program that Coding Invader offers, the data analysis course, towards the end of the course, while we are preparing you for a career journey, we also expose you to a number of freelancing websites. So yes, that can also be a good way to start. But yes, Anshul, it has been an amazing engagement with you for the last 60, 62 minutes, 63 minutes for sure, right? A lot of new things. It has been more like a candy world opened up for all of us, right? To get to interact with someone who actually works at Google, who started with no background and who has actually found his way into it. That was an amazing session with you. Thank you so much for that. And while we take up your last few seconds, any parting set of words for the learners, and how do you think they should start, and how do you think they stay consistent?
So as you rightly used the word, opened up the candy land for the audience, right?
Yes.
So IT industry is something where candies never stop. ठीक है, अक्षय पात्र जैसा है. वहाँ पे candies कभी खत्म नहीं होने वाली है. It depends on your passion, on your desire, and a little bit of courage as well to reach up to the candy and pull it down. ठीक है. तो वो अंदर से एक ड्रीम भी होना चाहिए कि भाई मेरे को कैंडी खानी है, और वो जिगरा भी अंदर से होना चाहिए कि भाई मैं खड़ा होके ऊपर थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेच करके कैंडी को ले पाऊं नीचे. ठीक है. सो दोनों चीजों का अगर मिलन हो जाता है तो आईटी इंडस्ट्री हैज अ लॉट टू ऑफर. ओके, इट इंडीड इज अ कैंडी लैंड. Be a bit patient with yourself and with the IT industry. I know it's a difficult time right now, but things will become better.
Got it. Thank you so much, Aanshul. That was a wise set of words. And I think a lot of us will be able to take it up and actually go forward with it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Guys, that was Anshul for you. I believe we answered a lot of questions. We went on with a lot of discussions. Uh, Repeating again, your last chance to win a free course. So if you really like the content, if you really like to talk a lot about us, this is your genuine chance to win a completely free course, no charges involved, into our job guarantee batch. And when we say job guarantee, that is a job guarantee that we offer on paper, right? So it's an agreement that we sign with you, right? Because of the partners that we have. So please register yourself in the link above, जो आपके चैट पे ऊपर लिंक दिख रहा है, उस पर रजिस्टर करिए. आई नो आपके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस होंगे, कुछ यहाँ पे आंसर हुए हैं, कुछ नहीं आंसर हुए होंगे. आई वुड वांट यू to basically register yourself and talk to us, right? So we'll actually be able to reach out to you, talk to you one on one, and help you solve problems. One of the most amazing questions that Sushank asked here is, while you register, let me talk about this. Why Coding Invaders? See, Coding Invaders comes in with last 7 years of experience, and not only national experience but international experience, with 40 plus countries, students from 40 plus countries working with us, wherein we have got people placed and we exactly know what people need, what companies need. So it's basically like helping someone learn exactly what is needed to get you into jobs, right? And that too comes in not by just telling you कि ठीक है, you have a job guarantee, but basically signing in a proper agreement with you. So it comes in with an on paper job guarantee. That's not something that you see in everyday life, and that too at the most basic fee structure, right? I hope. Wow, there. I mean, the number of registrations have already crossed 70. That's amazing, right? Quickly, guys, while I ask my backend team to announce the winner for the free course, and remember, you can only win this free course if you stay till the end of the course. I mean, till the end of the discussion, right? How to move to IT would be so. I'll switch to Hindi and English. I'll do it a bilingual basis. It would become easier. So, what do we do? सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये है, just like I was asking Anshul, आपने सुना होगा, the biggest problem is, how do I choose? Should I listen to some podcast? Should I ask my parents? क्या अपने भैया से पूछना चाहिए, दीदी से पूछना चाहिए, अपने दोस्तों से पूछना चाहिए जो आईटी में है? उससे ज्यादा बेहतर आपको नहीं लगता? डोंट यू थिंक इट्स रादर इजियर एक्सपीरियंसिंग इट फॉर योरसेल्फ, राइट? उसको प्रोजेक्ट्स को करके देखो, थियोरेटिकली नहीं, प्रोजेक्ट्स करके देखो एंड सी व्हाट यू लाइक, और जो आपको पसंद आ रहा हो आप उसमें स्पेशलाइजेशन की तरफ आगे बढ़ो, right? I think that would be the best way going forward. And with the help of a career support, you can basically start on with a job into it, and that's the best way. So how do we basically divide the entire journey. जो पूरी जर्नी है हम उसको 3 भाग में ब्रेक करते हैं, राइट? जो पहले 4 वीक्स हैं हम उन्हें आपको डिफरेंट पॉसिबिलिटीज, डिफरेंट प्रोफेशंस एक्सप्लोर कराते हैं थ्रू पीपल, प्रोफेशनल जो ऑलरेडी इंडस्ट्री में वर्किंग है. आपको वो प्रोजेक्ट्स कराएंगे, दे हेल्प यू अंडरस्टैंड द प्रोजेक्ट्स, दे आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस वन ऑन वन, राइट? आपके प्रोजेक्ट्स के थ्रू वो आपकी हेल्प करते हैं. जब आपको 4 हफ्ते में ये समझ में आ जाता है कि आपको क्या समझ में आ रहा है, व्हाट डू यू लाइक डूइंग, देयर आफ्टर यू टेक अप अप्रोक्सीमेटली 8 months टू बेसिकली मास्टर दैट प्रोफेशन. तो पहले एक जनरलाइजेशन से एक्सप्लोर किया, 8 महीने लिए उसको मास्टर करने में, एंड देयर आफ्टर अ करियर टीम कम्स इन व्हिच ऑफर्स यू एन ऑन पेपर 100% जॉब गारंटी. Ayush, yes, but because you are a second year student, I don't think you'll actually be moving into jobs. You can very well take up the course and move across. Okay, we can very well take up the course and move across with your freelancing and stuff. So that would actually be helpful. Yeah, I was caring about AI. Rohan says, I was caring about AI, so now I can step ahead of my full stack learning. I know intermediate level. That's very good, Rohan. I'm so happy the webinar helped you solve that particular problem. Poonam, we actually help you. Coding Invaders as a team actually takes up projects from our hiring partners, right? We take up projects from them, and that's the same project that you work on. So your basic portfolio project is very, very, very relevant. So that's the reason why we guarantee jobs, because of the portfolio that you develop with us, right? So guys, as you see here, when you choose a profession, it's not only what you like. Let's say what you like, what are you good at, and what is in demand. we make a chutney of all three, we make a mix of all three, and that's how we go ahead. Right? That's how we are being able to basically. So being able to offer you 100% job guarantee. So Ayush says, what is the minimum offer? Ayush, just like I would repeat this, just like Anshul said a while ago, when you start into IT, depends on the companies that you join in, but the minimum as a fresher, when I say a fresher, I mean especially out of college, you started anything between 3.54 at minimum. Your salaries can go up to 12, 13 to start as a fresher as well. So yes, that's what we have seen. So we have had freshers who have started at 4. We have had freshers who started out 8, 8.5 as well. Ami says, I currently study in UK, but I want to join fresher job as a Python developer. So how can I join? Ami, basically, when you say Python developer, you're basically talking about backend development, right? So yes, you can separately take up backend developer as a course, and that's very well in demand. And from there, you can go on. Yes, Ganesh, the chutney would taste really, really good. I agree with that. Right? How do you choose a profession? We've been talking about it, so I'll skip. Right? How do we help you? So basically, during our live sessions, complete 100% of the sessions that we offer are live, 100% of the sessions. And when we offer that, right, you basically get to discuss it. Rajneesh, that's the minimum on how we start. That's not the upper bracket. That's the minimum of what companies offer. It will depend on your kind of abilities and the kind of skill that you put in, right? So yeah, I was talking about how do we help you. So we offer you live sessions wherein we help you learn through the program. We help you develop a portfolio, right? We also give you assessments to help you understand what are you good at, and we provide you with constant feedbacks and recommendations from various HR experts, and that's how we get you placed. BTech chai wala ban jao. Definitely, you can also be BTech software wala. Possibility. BTech data analyst wala is also a possibility for that matter. Rajesh Kumar Verma, how much a experienced professional in different domains can get as a data analyst? Again, Rajneesh, so let's say you started a salary, currently you're getting a salary of 5 LPA already, right? When you start off here, you can assume a minimum of 25 to 30% to start with, just to start with, because data analyst as a field is nothing new. It's basically an addition into your resume. So if anybody with more than 5 years of experience in non-IT backgrounds will get salary hike and can move to IT background, yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. Just like our speaker said, and just like I've been talking about, IT isn't all about coding. Great, Rajneesh, you can move on from there. We have had placements ranging starting at 12 LPA. This was very recently in our Instagram story as well. So yeah, right. So yeah, how to master your profession? You gain the relevant skills. Talking about the slide itself, you gain the relevant skills. And we match your profile with what the company needs. We already have partners there, and that's how you get hired into your first IT job. Yes, Rajneesh, you can register yourself on the link above, right? And someone from the team will actually get in touch with you, right? You can ask all your questions one on one, and that's the way you move across, right? Talking about the program in itself, this is one program wherein we'll not talk about theory in total. 80-85% of the program is based on hands-on working. It's very similar to do and learn, because we consider that when we basically uh, train you on a lot of stuff, when we basically train you on processes, it's important for you to take up projects rather than theoretical learning. So that's how we learn. And that too, your theoretical learning comes in form of a job simulator. So it's a real life simulator that you work on. It simulates real life situations and what does it feel like to work in a real environment. That's how you learn. Plus, to top it all, because we know you'll have a lot of problems, you'll have one-on-one human mentored assistance available to you. So you'll actually have a human. How much is the time devotion needed every day? So again, Rahul, that depends person to person, but you can assume a minimum of 1.5 to 2 hours every day. that can be flexibly given in. Right. So here, talking quickly. Yes, Rajnish, I'll make sure I do that. Talking quickly about this. So we have professional mentors who come on chat with you one-on-one. We have a personal support team who helps you. Right. Right. And then we make a job guarantee. How do we make a job guarantee? Because today, as of today, we got more than 300 plus hiring partners, and we make sure you have enough applications done. Right. Not only this, you start with us at in a year and a half, you move at salaries close to 10, 15 LPA. So you can see the salary bracket. It's an endless world that you can actually move on, right? But yes, just like, it was an amazing analogy. And I just like I said, I'll keep using it. You'll have to jump into the swimming pool, and that's how you know. Guys, I know you'll have a lot of questions. आपके पास बहुत सारे questions होंगे. If you register yourself, you'll be able to talk to us, to one of the academic consultants, and you'll actually be able to ask your questions one-on-one. I might miss out some of it. Okay, I might miss out some of your questions here. So why don't you register yourselves, and we'll be actually be able to talk to it. Guys, finally, please register yourself in case you're still looking out for a free course. Rajnish, you've already registered yourself. You would shortly get a call from someone, and please make sure you ask all your questions. That's a very happy sight to see that you have so many questions. That's very good. Guys, come on. Last few minutes of registering yourselves for the free job guarantee courses. Cool, guys. I'll go ahead announce the winner in the next few seconds. So if you're still registering, please make it quick. Guys, if you check here, I'll quickly check. These are the number of registrations. I'll choose a random number from here. Right. So this starts at 1. So 280. Perfect. Perfect. Now, if you see my screen clearly, this is a specific website that offers me a random number. Guys, I would repeat. Guys, I'm repeating. The free course, you're eligible for the free course only if you are here till the end of it. All the best. 1, 2, 3, and there you are. 82. I think we have exceeded the number of students registered. Oh God, just the next registration would have got it. I would redo this. 17. Let's look at the number 17. Let's look at the number 17. Gayatri Patil. Gayatri, are you still here? Gayatri, are you still here? Oh, amazing. Gayatri, is there a scope to complete computer engineering? Gayatri, you still there? Amazing. That's amazing, guys. Gayatri, you are the lucky winner of the program, so you would receive a call shortly. Please make sure you pick up that call. Please make sure you pick up that call. Right. Yes. Hi, Gayatri. Congratulations. Congratulations to you for winning this free course. It's completely free, no charges made. Right. And it's a job guarantee batch that you move into. Congratulations again. And hoping you all success. Right. Hoping you and giving you all success. All the best. Thank you so much. Looking forward to basically seeing you. Your last chance of registering yourself for the course. In case you want to discuss your details with us one-on-one, we'll be more than happy to. So please register yourselves. Right. And while you do that, to actually help you do that program better, we have real-time EMI programs, no-cost EMI programs that you can offer in for. Naveen, this is a 9.5 months course. 9.5 महीने का कोर्स है जहां पे आपको हम पूरा जनरल अप्रोच, कौन सा कोर्स आपके लिए ठीक है, स्पेशलाइजेशन, जॉब गारंटी, सभी कुछ ऑफर करते हैं. Rohan, you should not be disappointed. Let's connect. Let's have a discussion. I'm sure we'll be able to do things. Right. Additionally, I would just register this. So additionally, if you bring in your friends along, for every successful friend that you bring along with yourselves, we'll give you an additional 5,000 rupees as an additional discount or a credit as a thanks to you. Right. So not only bring in your friends as well, right? Make sure all of you learn it together, and that's the best way to go forward with it. Rohan, I'm pretty sure you'll do really, really well. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, Gayatri, there's no fees for you. Someone will connect in with you and help you register. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Congratulations to Gayatri as well. Right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I could help you learn a lot. All the best. See you on the course. And if you still have questions, please do register yourself. Please do register yourself. I'll place the link again. Register yourself. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a one-on-one discussion and ask as many questions as possible. Naveen, that's no problem at all. Your 12 years of no experience, experience in non-IT will not be actually be effortful. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. I could be of help to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please take care. Please take care. Looking forward to seeing you on to the next webinar again. Thank you so much, guys. Rohan, we can connect and again, I'll repeat this. We'll connect and discuss. We'll connect and discuss. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you for spending your evening with us. Hope you could learn, and all the best.